So I had this dream the other day. Kind of dream, half fantasy, I guess. Anyway, in it I was at this weird street party thing with everyone I knew. Like all my friends from all the different groups, and like my crush was there, and all of my exes were there. Not all together in one group, but I could see all of them standing in their own little circles, and I was standing in the middle of the street alone. Music was blaring. I remember feeling it. A bit dream logic, so no idea what music was actually playing, but I knew that I knew it, you know? Then suddenly this blood red crystal bursts out of the ground and explodes, and this massive red devil is standing in front of this portal thing. Full on like platonic idea of Satan. And the whole world just stops. Everything, everyone frozen in that moment. And to my side, there's this angel, I guess. Wings, white cloth clothes, white hood covering their face, halo. And I look at the angel and I say, "You're death, aren't you?" And they nod, and I look back at the devil and I go, "If I try and do something about that, I'm gonna die, aren't I?" And they nod again, and I look around at everyone I know, and they're all huddled in these groups and hugging and holding each other and supporting each other, and I suddenly realize that there's no spare. There's no, you know, everyone has their person, their group, and it felt like there was no space for me. No one looking for me as their person to hold or to be held by. I don't know. But it felt like at best I'm someone's like second place choice, or third place. And as I realize this, I'm suddenly rushing towards this devil with a sword in my hand, and I throw myself against them, relentless and cartoonish, and this, best action movie you've ever seen, fight scene, which, to be fair, is the more fantasy part of the actual dream. But anyway, mostly asleep brain says that I knew that I would lose. I was going to lose that fight, but I kept pushing and I kept fighting, and in the back of my mind I'm like, it's okay. Everyone's going to be okay. They like me, and I'm sure they're going to miss me. But none of them really love me. Not like that anyway. And I knew that they'd get over it.
So how did that dream end?
I knocked the devil back through the weird portal thing, but got pulled in after him, and then it kind of stops. Or rather, I replayed some of it in my head, and until I got distracted and then started my day. And then I went through my phone's contacts, trying to figure out who on all my contact lists and chat histories would be the person who'd care if I suddenly disappeared. And then I waited until 8 a.m. and called to make an appointment to come and see you.
So when you say you had this dream the other day, you mean you had this dream last night?
Yeah. Yeah.
And do you really think that your friends don't care about you?
It's it's hard to explain that, Doc. I think that I think that none of them really consider me that good of a friend. Does that make sense? I'm nobody's first pick. Not even their second. I think they like me. I do. But they like me like I'm a spice, right? Oh, let's add some of me to this. That'll make this dish taste even better. But no one really likes me as a whole meal. I'm not what anyone thinks of as what should I have for dinner? Because, you can't have salt for dinner.
That's a very strange metaphor, but I like it. And I understand what you mean.
So, what do I do about it?
I was going to ask you the same thing. What do you think you can do about it?
I don't know. I had the dream and the realization last night and this morning, and I came here. But I guess I could try and meet new people.
Are you doing anything to meet new people?
No. Actually, if I'm being honest, maybe the opposite.
What do you mean?
I mean that I've probably made some conscious and unconscious efforts to reach out to people less, take less control of my social life, see what happens, see what comes my way.
And?
You'll be happy to know that I'm 10 days sober.
No one called?
No. Not no one. I got a couple requests to help with stuff, but no social calls. Well, no, that's not true either. I got a couple pictures in the middle of the night last weekend in a group that I'm in, and then that turned into a 1 a.m. drunken, hey, what are you up to? We're here if you want to join us. But that doesn't feel like it counts to me. That feels more like a drunken afterthought, or maybe they just sent pictures to the wrong group by mistake and started to feel guilty about it. Look, I know that I'm the only one who really is responsible for my happiness and my life, and that this can be solved by me taking action to see more people more, talk to people more, reach out more, meet new and interesting people. But at the same time, the more I do, the more these other people get the thing that I want. Why do I always have to be the one, to be the person to reach out and take action? I only get to see people when I do something about it, but they get to see people when I do something about it. It just, I hate to say this, but it's not fair. I want friends who call me. I don't want to be the person who always makes the plan, or has to ask to be invited to fucking parties.
Is it possible that people expect that you're busy? And that's why they don't invite you to things, because you may have made plans that they're not included in?
I don't know. Maybe. But that still sucks. I mean, it means that if I don't make plans, I don't have plans.
Have you addressed this with your friends?
No, that feels like whining. And I still have that voice in my head that says that if I'm not being fun, then I don't have value. If I tell them I'm feeling bad, or feeling left out or I complain, then I'm suddenly that person who brings the mood down. And the chances of them wanting to spend time with me because it just becomes less, because it's not fun anymore, because I'm not fun anymore. Like, if the salt starts causing you to feel bad, you stop adding salt to your food.
I understand, but I also think that to a degree, you're not giving your friends enough credit. These people obviously enjoy your company, otherwise, when you try and make plans, they wouldn't show up. And if you're not letting them see how you feel, ending the conversation before it starts, then how can you expect them to know that you feel left out and underappreciated?
It's just, I don't know. In the past, when I've tried, well, it's not gone well.
Yes, well, every other time you've tried has usually been when you put yourself in a position that you lose your temper, or when you're banging on a door that you know is already closed. So you get the answer that you expect, which just reinforces this negative expectation. Yes, you have had reasons, valid reasons. But at the same time, you give and you give, all the while telling everybody that it's fine, that there is plenty to go around. And then suddenly the basket is empty and you yell, "What more do you want from me?" And people react negatively to negative energy. Even if you are right, even if they should know better, if they should know what too much is, for them, you tell them the basket is full until it is suddenly empty and you're frustrated. Again, setting people up to reinforce that negative expectation.
So, same answer for everything. I need to take more responsibility for my actions, make myself happy. Is that it? That all you've got?
I'm sorry. I know that's not the solution you were after, or rather, I know it would be a lot easier if it was, "You're right, they are wrong, and I'll call their moms and tell them to be nicer to you." But that's not how it works, not how it's ever worked. For some people, you will always be a spice. And for some people, you will be steak. And for some, it'll change over time.
But then how come some people get to eat steak without even trying, and I always have to be responsible for making my own food?
Because some people have made different choices. If you want steak every day, you have to make steak every day. If you're fine with bread and butter, then at some point you have to actually be fine with bread and butter. But you never have been. And some people's favorite food is different to yours. The fact of the matter is, if you want your life to change, you have to take steps to change it, regardless of what those changes are. Speeding up or slowing down. It's always up to you, and that's the same for everybody. If you want your friends to help you feel less lonely, the first thing you have to do is they have to know that you're lonely. And then they can decide how to act and change it, or not. I can't say everyone secretly loves you. But if they don't know that you want something to change, why would they change anything?
I don't know, Doc. I guess... I just really hope, or hoped, somebody would notice. I'd like to think someone cared enough to notice and take action without having to say it out loud. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't know what to do in their place either. It still would have been nice, though.
Everyone has a different size cup that needs to be filled. Some are smaller, and for them it's easier to have a full or spilling over cup. And some people have larger cups and it takes longer to fill. But those cups can also feel a lot emptier. And as we've discussed before, your cup gets very empty sometimes. And when you're that deep in it, you struggle to see outside of the cup. You feel isolated and alone. You tend to become numb because the whole world becomes just what you can see in the cup. It's something that you will probably live with your whole life, but that doesn't mean it can't be filled or be fuller than it is right now. I'm sorry that it feels as empty as it does, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. It just means that more has to go in before you can start to see out again.
I hear you. I hear you. And I don't know. Sometimes it feels like that idea of people getting angry with me when I express that I'm upset with them or not okay just cracks the bottom of the cup, and anything that's left just rushes out, and then I'm standing at the bottom looking up at nothing, and everything that comes in for a while just spills right out again.
Yes, that is and has always been a problem for you. Do you know what set it off this time? Was it really just the dream, or did something else happen before this?
Um, Something else happened, but I don't want to talk about that right now, or not yet. Anyway.
Okay. Do you know when you might be able to have that conversation?
My usual session's in a few days, right? If I promise to try then, is that okay?
It is always okay.
Okay. Thanks.
But let me ask you this. Are you okay? Are you sad? Actively sad?
You know, I don't know that I'm sad. Or, I don't think so anyway. I just can't remember the last time I was like actually happy. Like, as a person, happy. But yeah, I'm okay. I have to do that whole thing again.